And that's one of the charges I claim to the state representative. Shame on him. You know, it's absolutely no way that I'm going to sit in this power position and not have our kids traveling to Springfield. We're traveling around the country. They definitely going to be going to Springfield constantly. So that's one thing. The other thing, our men. And this is something that, you know, the man is supposed to be the head of the household. When you look around, it's so sad. But what is the role of the black man in America? I mean, is there a role? When you look at the state of our community, you're supposed to be the head of the household, but the woman is working, you're not working, you're feeling less than the man because the woman is bringing in the money. You can't make too many decisions because you didn't earn that money. So we have a hopelessness that's just over our black males. And so what's the plan for that? What's our strategy to give them back some power so that they can take back control of our neighborhood? It's a saying, when men stand up, boys sit down. So when you see these young men out here controlling the neighborhood, that's because the men have sat down instead of the other way around. So we had to, number one, have a leader who has a vision to make sure that them men feel like they are worth something. And here, let us wrap our arms around you, give you layers of support so that you can be what God called you to be. And once again, something we're doing now, we're going to be able to do it times 30 once we get into office. Then we have on the health front, and I just found out this week that one of our people has contracted HIV. Real harm, you know, hurt. But HIV is devastating the black community. It's said over 60% of the black females, and this is a female, are HIV positive. What's our plan for that, bro? You know, what's our plan? Her whole spirit is zapped right now because of this. And so we had to do something about that. And once again, we're already doing it. When we get in office, we'll be able to do it times 30. Our senior citizens. Is it still recording? All right, our senior citizens. When you see the guys hanging on the corner and they're gambling, right, we put that down. We say, why are they over there gambling? In the poorest neighborhoods, 606-3621, our elders go to the casino and gamble. Our young men stand on the corner and gamble. Black dollars still leaving the community. So, you know, one is doing it legally, one doing it illegally, but at the end of the day, the black dollars are leaving. And we have quite a few Latinos in the 32nd district, so it's nothing against them. But when you look at what's happening to our community, my hope is that all ethnic groups will wrap their arms around this plan, because if we can strengthen our community, it's going to definitely transcend and help other neighborhoods as well. And so we got to work with our elders to get them to say time out on going to the CAPS meeting and calling the police and telling the police, just get rid of them. Just get them off the corner. That helps to fill up the prisons down there in Vandalia and Centralia of Illinois, where those people saying, save our prisons. They down there protesting, saying, don't close these prisons. They mad at the governor because he's getting ready to release 1,000, or how many? Well, yeah, non-violent offenders. But we got to look at prison reform. It's shameful what the system has done to primarily our community again. And we just don't have the courageous leaders. And we have 18 black aldermen, 19 black wards, and I've yet to see them stand up to the king. I've yet to see them call out that the 14th Ward Alderman gets police protection for an incident that happened 5 years ago, while they asked city workers to take days off. And you got people getting double pensions, and they work 3 days in a new role, and now they get set at a $200,000 pension. How dare these aldermen sit there and ask you to sacrifice when we got this type and level of corruption? Are they afraid to challenge the king? And so I'm one who is absolutely fearless and can care less about all the things they might say or think about me, because I'm in the morgue and I'm seeing our young people slaughtered. And it's time out for that, and I will go against anybody that's standing in the way for that. It doesn't matter who it is. And I'm the type of leader that will do it strategically. So I'm not going to be out there yelling and screaming. We're going to do it administratively. We're going to make sure we got block support. We're going to make sure we cross and dot all our I's and whatnot. And then we're going to make sure that they know where we stand. The young people and our young ladies. I heard someone talk about the young girls getting pregnant. And we know that if you're pregnant, that means you had unprotected sex. And we know HIV is strong. So what we got to look at on that end is what's causing our young ladies to have sex at such an early age. There was a video they took off Facebook and it was called the Spanish Orgy.
Oh, yeah.
And you saw it?
Yeah, yes, I did.
Real sad, real sad. You had 3-year-olds doing stuff sexual with grown-ups, and even though it's called Spanish Orgy, it looked like black kids to me. But anyway, they was dancing, grinding, pumping, legs up, freaking. Everything just had their clothes on. But we got to look at the atmosphere. Now, if they're being taught this and encouraged this from the grown-ups, of course they go buy into that and do what they see others encouraging them to do. So part of our plan is changing the atmosphere in our neighborhood. Now, you guys see these colors behind me, yellow, green, and blue. And part of these colors is the solution to these problems that I just named. Doris here, she just spoke about the education challenge that we have. These 3 colors, and I probably shouldn't have to say it. Yellow means education and health. The HIV we just talked about, them young teens getting pregnant at an early age, obesity, lead poisoning, yellow. And you have green, which is safety and seniors. So when we talk about that 17-year-old that was just shot to death over there. When we talk about that 17-year-old that was just murdered, that's a safety issue. We talk about all the abandoned buildings in our community, those are safety issues. Then we got blue, which stands for our young people and economics. And that's that black dollar that continuously leaves our neighborhood. So everybody in here matter of fact, everyone in here lives on one of these 3 color blocks. Everybody in here, and I'm not sure if you know what color it is, but during this campaign, that's part of what we're going to do is organize while we're running. And so, Doris, for instance, the block you live on is a green block, but you're focused on education, but we're going to make sure the people on Emerald help promote your education issue that you have in the community. Everyone here lives in one of these villages that we have. It's complex. We're not asking you to learn that right now, but the point to you guys is we're not talking about put me in office and we're going to get started doing something. We're doing it now. With that power position, we'll be able to take it and expand it on a whole broad base. And so that's the key reason why I'm running for the state representative slot. I think we have a great chance of getting it. I'm not sure how much you guys know about politics, but politics are very dirty and deadly in Chicago and Illinois. And I had to say this on record. I called my mom and told her, I said, if something happened to me, and I'm saying this on the record, I am not going to commit suicide. So if something happens, I didn't kill myself. I don't care what the media say. and that's for real. Because we had 2 incidents where people, they said killed themselves, but they was in a political situation, and I wonder if they really did do that. But our people dying anyway. It's just that simple. So I'd much rather die for a cause, and if we get organized the way we're talking about, it'd be too big for them to kill all of us. So it's critical that we do this. Any questions from you guys? What do you think? Sharon.
When is that election?
I got the exact day. It's 132 days away, February 2nd. Tuesday, February 2nd. But to be honest with you guys, our election is 43 days away. November 9th, Monday, November 9th is our election. Reason I say that, because that's the final day to know if my name will stay on the ballot. October 26th is the first day to turn in the petitions. They get 5 days to knock you off. And I've been knocked off the ballot 3 times. And they pay lawyers a lot of money, and that's what the lawyers do. They sit there and they go through every single signature and they find something wrong with it to knock you off. That's part of the dirty politics in Chicago. So if we survive that, and our names stay on the ballot, we in great shape.
So where are you as far as the petition?
Not happy.
Okay.
Not happy. We have our 500, so we have that.